Hello and welcome to the Enchanted Butterfly Garden podcast. Introducing your host, the Goddess Angel. Let's go! Hello and welcome back to my show. My name is Angel and I'm your host here at the Enchanted Butterfly Garden podcast. And today we're going to be talking about manifesting. But first, let's do a tarot reading. I thought I would switch it up and make this a money manifestation reading in the spirit of manifesting being our topic today. I'm using the Tarot in Wonderland deck by Barbara Moore. It's illustrated by Eugene Smith, and the Alice in Wonderland Oracle deck by Lucy Cavendish, which is illustrated by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I love these two decks. I think they're both really pretty, and I've used both of them before on this podcast. The first card that of course jumped out of this deck was the Page of Cups, and this card symbolizes getting creative with your money manifestations and thinking outside the box. There are plenty of traditional ways to make money appear, like getting a different job or adding an additional income. But there are other ways of manifesting money, and we have to use our creativity to bring that to fruition. We don't always have to stick to one way. And we can use our creativity to open a lot of doors. The next card that flew at me, of course, was the World card. And this card is one of the best cards we could get, especially if it's flying out of the deck when it comes to manifesting, because this is a completion card and a success card. It's mostly translated to having the world in your hands. And the final card, coming from the Alice the Wonderland Oracle deck, is becoming braver. The key words for this card are resilience, experience, growing stronger, and fresh perspective. This card ties everything together for us because if you step out of your comfort zone and become brave and act out of an abundant mindset instead of a scarcity mindset, then you will hold the world in your hands. What a powerful thing. Just imagine, use that creative mind of yours to think outside the box, manifest the way you can, and then you'll bring the world into your hands. And all you have to do is be brave in order to get there. What a great reading. That just shows us that we have the power to make things happen. Now, before we move on to the garden, let's go over a few exciting things that are happening in the Enchanted Butterfly Garden. First of all, I have released 2 brand new journals on Amazon that are now for sale. The first one is the My Self-Care Journey guided journal, and it is a beautiful butterfly and sunflower journal that has guided pages to help you with your self-care routine. When I created this journal, it was after a difficult time in my life, and I had a difficult time loving myself. And also having ADHD, it's hard to remember to take time to love myself. So this helped me stay consistent and track my progress at the same time. It shows a lot of growth when you go back through your journals. The second journal I released on Amazon is a semi-guided dotted journal called Just Keep Swimming. It's a turtle-themed journal for all my fellow turtle lovers, and half of the journal is guided and the other half is the blank bullet pages that you see in like a bullet journal. So you can create your own magic. You can check these both out on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the show notes. While you're there, don't forget to follow the show so you can find out when new episodes drop. Again, I recommend everyone has a journal because it's important to your mental well-being. The next super exciting thing I have for you is the update on the Enchanted community on Patreon. It has just been updated and with some amazing stuff. All Patreon community members will get access to the digital version of my journals for personal use before they are for sale. So you get it first. Every journal created that month will be available for the entire month for download so that you can always have a journal available to you. You can use these in GoodNotes or you can print them out for your own personal use. There's also behind the scenes content, and you also get to know me better and why I chose this as my mission. It's going to be a lot of fun in there, so don't miss out. I'll put the link in the show notes for you. Now, let's get on to the garden. This week in the garden, we have quite a few updates. Lots of things are growing and some things are in the past. The green onion I planted on my birthday is still great. It has a new friend, and that new friend is the pea shoot that's growing next door. Somehow, the pea shoot decided to wrap itself completely around the onion and live in its soil. So that's where that is now, and they are great friends, and they get along great. So far, so good. The pinto beans are absolutely climbing the walls. One is just flopped over to the side, but it's still leaning towards the wall, so I'm trying to get it to grow that way, otherwise I'm going to repot it. But the other two are climbing the wall and using it as a support. So those all are doing great. The cabbage has a new caterpillar friend that I love too much to get rid of, so now he just lives here. And I'm sure it's not great for my cabbage, but I have to know what it's going to turn into. And I'll try to get pictures to post on my social media so you can all see Hermie the cabbage caterpillar. Yes, I named him, and yes, he is named after a Girl Scout song about a worm. I also have a daisy tattooed on my toe because of a Girl Scout song, so anything is possible. Oh, I also got a mint plant this week to also deter those pesky fruit flies, so hopefully that'll work. I have also learned about some things that have not worked, like using meat twine for this self-watering planter idea. I know there's specific wicks that you can use for planters that you can buy, and I'm not sure if they have the same problem, but using what I had lying around did not work in this case, because the water didn't actually get into the plant, and I'm not sure if this is because I tied a knot in it, but the bottom half of the twine was also covered in mold. And I had to throw away a whole crop of radish microgreens because of this. So I'm not sure how far the mold traveled, and I just couldn't risk it. So I just had to get rid of it. So don't use meat twine as a wicking material. It does cause mold. I took the whole wicking system out entirely to avoid this. And I used a combination of coconut coir and soil to make sure there was plenty of drainage instead. So far it's working. I hope it stays working. Now I just have to get rid of the fungus gnats, which is why I got the mint. So hopefully that helps someone who is looking to grow their own food. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about manifesting, and specifically the 369 journaling method of manifestation. First, if you've been following this podcast, then you know how important positive affirmations are and the things that you say to yourself, but it is equally as important to be sure of what you're saying to the universe and what you're putting out there. You want to go back to that being braver card and come from a place of abundance when asking for specific things. Use the power inside you to make them come to fruition. A very solid way of doing this is by using the 369 journaling method. It takes what you're manifesting here and there and sometimes forgetting about after 2 days because your attention span is the size of a squirrel. It takes these desires and it gives them structure and consistency so you can have better results. It's like anything in life. If you sign up for a gym membership, you're not automatically going to lose weight. Trust me, I tried. I signed up, did a year of not going to the gym, but still paid for it, and I didn't lose any weight. But you have to put in consistency in order to see results. I also didn't cancel my subscription because I never remember to cancel them, so they just live there, and then one day I will cancel them when I don't want to pay for it anymore. It's a very horrible experience. Don't do that. Cancel your subscriptions. This is your reminder if you have ADHD. But you can run far one day and never do it again, and it won't help. But if you run a shorter distance every day, you will see results. Take that and apply it to manifesting, and you could have incredible results. In the 369 journaling method, you find your manifestation and you write it down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. There's a little more of a process to it, but that's the basic idea of the method. Nikola Tesla invented this idea, and Karen Yee combined it with the law of attraction work done by Abraham Hicks. This process is an amazing way to watch your dreams come true. I like to use this method in a specific journal so I can keep track of what I am manifesting and so I don't get carried away with too many desires at once. I can be specific and clear when I ask. And if you need a guided journal for this, I have one available that is not yet for sale, but it is available in the Enchanted Butterfly community as a digital download, with the cover art included for your personal use. I'll put the link in the show notes so you can get your copy before anyone else. This method works really well because it keeps you on track, and I have to have that routine and structure or the answer's chaos, especially with ADHD running my thoughts. These types of tools help me immensely, even if I might leave them everywhere, because it helps me rein in my thoughts so they aren't chaotic, because if I let them go, they're just going to be everywhere. That seems to be the key for me, is being able to use these little tools to help me keep my thoughts from literally running all over the place. Another way I love to manifest is crystals and candles. I choose my specific crystals for what I want, and then I always use a white candle and I set my intentions, place the crystals around the candle, and light it as I set my intentions and send them to the universe and ask for my desires. I hope that you guys got some value from this episode. Don't forget to follow this show and follow me on social media. All the links will be in the show notes, including the ones to get your journals and to become part of the Enchanted Butterfly community on Patreon. Again, my name is Angel, and I look forward to listening for you next time.